Hello Aquarius, Elsie here to do your reading. It is for the week ahead, Aquarius. How you doing? I've got these oracles out here and we're going to look at these oracles and get the overall feels for next week, Aquarius. I'm always reading for the week ahead. Doesn't matter when you get this, today, tomorrow, next year. It's always going to be for the week ahead when it finds you. First, we're going to throw down the oracles and then we're going to get out some tarot. We're going to get some details on it for you. Work out these overall energies of the oracles. At the end of this video, I am going to tell you about a couple of sales that I have on for private reads. We're also going to talk about where you can find the extended if you're interested. All right, let's find out what's going on for you. In the week ahead, Aquarius, there is a full moon, a new moon coming up in Libra. And it's going to ask you for a little bit of diplomacy here, fairness, boundaries with a smile maybe. But it is a new cycle. New moons are always new cycles. We've got accelerated motion. Looks like something here is about to speed up. I think it's because you've done the hard work. You're about to achieve something, is what it feels like. Something is about to come to its peak, or you're about to see the fruits of your labor. I'm looking at mountains in the distance, and there's a shooting star, which is, auspicious, right? Because shooting stars don't happen every day. Even if they did, we wouldn't see them. But it feels like something here is about to pick up speed for you here. You're about to move forward, and I feel like there's an achievement in the distance here. Tell me more about Aquarius. Feels like you've been working on something here. Oh, the sun comes out. Card number 19 is the sun. I'm always likening it to the major arcana in the tarot because I primarily read tarot, but I've got the dog spirit. It says be loyal to what you love, and don't forget that one of those things can be you, right? Being loyal to what you want, loyal, and some people might call it being a little bit selfish. I don't think it is. I think we should all be a little bit selfish. There could be someone in your life who is loyal to you. I feel like you're going to figure out who that is. If we're talking about a person, we've got card number 19, which is the sun. And when the sun is out, there are breakthroughs. And you also see everything. Nothing can hide under the sun, right? So let's see what's going on here. Feels like there's an accomplishment. Something is going to move quickly here. But I feel like that you've been working on something and you're about to see the fruits of your labor because you are loyal to what you love. So maybe this is a project that is very close to your heart. Tell me more. Got the temple. Oh, spiritual practices. Okay, well, that puts a different spin on it. Meditation and reflection, spiritual guidance. Somebody's light has gone on. Feels like with the sun next to the temple that somebody is realizing their spiritual potential, or somebody has realized that they are in fact the temple. Spiritual practices, I feel like it's all under the sun. Spiritual practices, meditation, reflection, spiritual guidance. It does feel like this is sort of an auspicious time. You've probably been working on something. Maybe it's yourself. Look, that does indicate to me that there is some sort of an awakening or a realization that you are the temple, that you have everything that you need within the self. Look at this. We have a new beginning. I kind of like that. A new beginning. Oh, and prosperity begins. Very good. That's the Ace of Pentacles here. So the new beginning is the new moon. We do have this new moon in Libra, and I feel like something is coming to your attention. Feels like something that you have been working hard on, is about to pick up speed. I feel like somebody's going through an ascension, or I like to say you're getting some sort of a software upgrade. And I don't know about you, but for me, as someone who has a little bit of psychic energy, for me, my upgrades, my gifts usually upgrade around the full moon and the new moon. So if they're going to upgrade at all, but I feel like this is what's going on here. You're having some sort of an awakening, the realization or a breakthrough in your spiritual practices. It feels like you're getting some sort of a skill that you've been working on. It's like a breakthrough moment here. So if you've been confused and trying to read tarot, boom, all of a sudden it seems completely and totally clear. Maybe you've been trying to visualize things while you're in meditation, boom, it's going to be completely clear. Like I feel like something here, it says here, bring your ideas to life. So it could definitely be something you've been praying about, something that you've been meditating on, but it feels like there is a breakthrough coming here, bringing your ideas to life. The Wolf Spirit says, turn knowledge into wisdom. Card number 67, it's a 13. Oh, that's transformation. and we've got 6 here. So it feels like a transformation, a new beginning is coming here. And it doesn't have to be anything earth-shattering, but it could be, oh, yeah, I didn't know. Like maybe you say to somebody asks you for your advice and you say, no, maybe you shouldn't do that. Maybe don't go this way to the market, maybe go that way. And when you say that, that person goes that way. And because they find out this way, there is an accident. It feels like some sort of something is becoming clear to you and you don't even realize it's becoming clear to you because it's in your subconscious here. It's in the spiritual practices and the meditation and reflection. We've got street. It says urban landscape, pedestrian traffic, sidewalks and crosswalks. I feel like you were on the street level. Understand? If you can sort of bear with me and look at it. When you're standing on the sidewalk and you're at street level, what do you see? You see cars, you see people, you see storefronts. But when you're up a little higher, when you're in the skyscraper, what do you see? You see the people, you see the cars, but now you've got a whole different view about what's going on. It feels like you've gone from the street view to the temple view, which is like way in the sky. It feels like now you have a bird's eye view of what's going on and everything seems to be clear. Let's get some tarot on it and see what we're talking about. Tell me about Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Got a new deck, Aquarius. We're going to use it today. And it's called Forest Tarot. And it's beautiful. I'll show you some of the depictions as we go along here. Tell me about Aquarius. Tell me about this accelerated motion. What's about to pick up? Something here is about to move forward quicker. And I feel like this is an auspicious time for you. Maybe a lucky time, if you want to call it that. You're about to achieve something, or you're closer to achieving something than you ever have been, because you've put in a lot of hard work. What is this? We've got the 10 of Cups. Oh, I love it. So there is something that is going to make you emotionally happy. It feels like a path has opened up, a path of clear happiness. Now I know which way I'm going. Now I really know what I want. It feels like somebody has been, it feels like you've been in this rough terrain, right? You can see that there's dark, it looks a little dark here, right? We've got these maybe having to climb mountains and stuff. And then all of a sudden it looks like the path opens up. And although there still are stars, very interesting. Yeah, I just noticed that there is a star in the sky here and there's a star in the sky here. Same, right? So it does feel like that it feels like you're standing in the same place, but it feels like you have now a different perspective or a different perception of what's going on. Because we do make our path based on what we really believe. We can change the neural pathways in our brain simply by changing our mind. And I feel like this feels like you've changed your mind. Maybe you felt like you were far away from your achievement, that you were in a desolate place with only the light of the stars. And I want to say that you still have the light of the stars here, but I feel like the pathway has now really opened itself to you. And now you can see where your happiness lies, or that you are on the pathway to your ultimate emotional happiness. Tell me about being loyal to what you love. Card 19 is the Sun. It's also a card 10, right? Because, and 10 is the month we're in. So 1 and 9 is 10. And when you throw away the 0 there, you get a new beginning, which is new moon energy, which is coming up on the 21st. New moon in Libra. We've got, and the 6 of Pentacles is in the reverse. Oh, interesting. Because I'm seeing this as the Sun, be loyal to what you love. I feel like with the 6 of Pentacles in the reverse, we're talking about people who would breadcrumb you. You are starting to see with great clarity about things about the people around you. And I feel like you're starting to understand or see that it's been very lopsided for a while, that you've been doing all the giving and you haven't been getting much in return. Or you've been dealing with people that you've allowed to sort of hang out in your life, but they hang out with you because they know that you're the bright one, or that you're the one that's going to give them the answers, or the time, or the effort, or the money, or the energy. But I feel like it says be loyal to what you love, and I don't think you're going to be loyal to these people much longer. It feels like they're not giving you reciprocal energy. And so I feel like you might be in this place of brutal realizations. Look, Mercury is conjunct with Mars right now in Scorpio. And it's expecting, we're expected that some of us are going to have very cutting truths come to the surface. We're going to have brutal honesty. And look, that's your energy if I ever heard it, right? Brutal honesty. And sometimes it could cause conflict. lucky for us, we're in Libra season, and it is a Libra new moon, which is all about diplomacy, but you understand what I'm saying, right? I feel like you're going to be swinging the sword and cutting some people out who haven't necessarily been giving you reciprocal energy. Tell me about spiritual practices, meditation, reflection, spiritual guidance. Tell me about the temple. We've got the 10 of Pentacles. This is where your abundance is. Your abundance is in your spiritual practices. So I feel like this is a revelation. It does feel like it is an upgrade. It does feel like the sun is out and now you see everything for what it is. And I know that you saw it before, but I feel like the humanitarian in you is like, but they need me. This person needs me, or these people need me. I know that they're not giving me as much as I'm giving them, but maybe you're a person who has more wealth, or who has more spiritualism, right? Like maybe you're giving those kinds of things to people because you know that they don't have it. But I think that you're tired of carrying people. I'm just going to say that you don't get a whole lot in return, and I think it's starting to drain you. Let's talk about the 10 of Cups. We have a couple of ends of cycles coming up here, which makes sense because we are in new moon energy, right? Which means you're letting go of old cycles and you are letting in the new energy. Tell me about the 10 of Cups. I feel like your accomplishment is something that is going to make you emotionally happy, right? 10 of Cups. You're at 10 of Cups Tarot right now, right? That's why I named it that. It's the apex of happiness. And so you are about to experience some emotional joy here. We do have the 8 of Swords. We have the 5 of Swords. Of course, we have all of these swords. We have the 7 of Swords. Are you kidding me? Oh my goodness. All right. So look, the thing is this. It's pretty clear. The sun is here. I'm just going to say, let's go through it piece by piece. Let's break it down, right? It's pretty clear that the sun is here. You now are being loyal to what you love, or the people who are returning your love. We do have something that's accelerating emotion, and I feel like you're closer to your happiness than you've ever been. So I feel like whenever we get really close to the opening of a new cycle, the universe shows up and says, okay, well, this is the time where you're going to have to make a decision now. Anytime we're ready to move to a new cycle in our life, or elevate, or go to a new vibration, the universe is always going to bring it back to us in the 2s. Usually the 2 of Swords, 2 of Wands, getting us to look at both paths, deciding what we're going to do here. So first of all, we have the 8 of Swords. The 8 of Swords is the place where you put yourself, right? But I just want you to know that the 2 of Swords is tied to the tree, right? So there's a decision that needs to be made here. And I feel like the decision is you need to get out of your head, Aquarius, because I feel like what's on the table here, literally and figuratively, is the 10 of Cups. I feel like you can have the joy, you can have the happiness, but you don't trust it. And I feel like you don't trust it because you've been overgiving to people who have not been giving to you. And you automatically assume that when you give, that people will give back. And that's not been happening for you. So I feel like you're up in your head, side-eyeing the 10 of Cups, saying, is this really for me? Is this really going to move forward here? The next one I pulled was the 5 of Swords. And so this is where you are. Up in the head, intrusive thoughts, arguing with the self. Is this really happiness? Because I'm not going to dive in head first and find out that it's not my happiness. It feels like you're sort of in a very cynical frame of mind, which I think is good because I'm a Taurus sun. I'm a cynic as well. Yeah, most of the fixed signs are. But I feel like, again, we have somebody here who has got 2 swords crossed in front of them here. So it feels like there is a big decision that you have to make. And I think the decision isn't about a path to take. It isn't about more realizations. I think what it's about is, Aquarius, I need to ask you, are you ready to receive it? Because I feel like it's here staring you in the face, but I don't know that you're ready to receive it because the 7 of Swords is here. I feel like you're living in your head saying, look, the last time the 10 Cups came up and I thought it was the thing that I wanted and everything was moving in the right direction, boom, I got hit with the 7 of Swords. I feel like all of these swords here are you up in your head thinking about all the ways that things could go wrong. And so it is really up to you because life is all about perspective. Look, whatever you're creating as your video game in your head, you are creating it as you take your step forward one by one. And you can live in the swords and you can be, because unfortunately, these are all places of being stuck in the mind, right? This is the 8, where you put yourself, right? Being stuck in the mind, overthinking something. The 5, which is intrusive thoughts or arguing with the self. And the 7 of Swords, which is, I'm going to be betrayed. There's got to be things under the surface that I don't see. This can't be what it is. It can't be this happy. It can't be this good. So I think your cynicism is showing up here, and trying to poo-poo on the 10 of Cups here. Tell me what the 6 of Pentacles is. Be loyal to what you love. I think you're starting to see people for who they are and how they treat you, and I don't think you're forgiving it anymore. I think that you're slowly pulling away, pulling back your energy. We've got the Empress. We've got the 7 of Cups. And we've got the 6 of Cups. The Empress is here, and so I believe with the 6 of Pentacles in the reverse, I feel like people come to you, Aquarius, when they require abundance, stability, when they require someone to be on their side. Look, the Empress is going to be on your side. The Empress is going to show you how to get to where you need to be, through advice, through using intuition, compassion, kindness. This person is also the Queen of Swords, of course, so they're always going to be honest. And so I feel like you could definitely be in your Empress energy, whether you are feminine or masculine. We have the 7 of Cups here, and we do have the 6 of Cups. So I do feel like we are dealing in a little bit of nostalgia. I feel like the sun is out, so it feels like contemplation time here is what all of these softer energies feel like. We've got 7 Cups, which is confusion, maybe a little bit of overwhelm, but also, for the best reason, because I feel like there are so many opportunities and things, places where you can put your energy, your time, and your efforts. I feel like you're really pulling back your energy and deciding who it is that you're giving your energy to. Look, the 6 of Cups is here, and that is nostalgic energy. But I feel like with the sun out, you're looking at the 6 of Pentacles in the reverse saying, I don't care if I've known you since I was 12. I don't care if I've known you since I was 30. I don't care how long I've known you. If you are not a person who is going to give to me reciprocally, then I don't know that I can give to you. Because I think that sometimes there are people in your life who only come around when they're in need of something. And so because you're not in need, because you're the Empress energy, abundant, stable, don't really need anybody, people come to you for a lot of things, but you don't go to people for a lot of things because you have everything that you need, but you're getting tired of being in this codependent sort of circle. We've got the 10 of Pentacles. Look, this is where you're growing here. I do feel like this new moon is going to upgrade your spiritual practices here. Tell me about Aquarius. We've got the 4 of Swords. Yes, this is where you are doing a lot of healing. For some of you, it could be healing of your health, healing of your mental health. We've got a lot of swords. Healing of your emotional health. But it feels like there is, it could be physical health. It feels like there is some healing going down here. We have the 3 of Pentacles. Yep, it does feel like you are, I'm going to say, taking steps. Yeah, I was looking at the 3 of Pentacles as being sort of steps of elevation, and then I noticed that there was a little set of steps there. So it does feel like you're building some sort of a steady path toward listening to your intuition. High Priestess on the bottom of the deck, and a spiritual solid foundation is what it feels like you're building here. This is what's happening as you heal. It does feel like this is your wealth. This is your happiness. This is your sturdy, this is where all of your wealth is. We've got the 9 of Pentacles. This is what's giving you your confidence to build by yourself, to walk alone, to walk your own path. So I do feel like you are going through a lot of realizations over this new moon period here and into the next week. It feels like the lights are going on. You walk into the room, flick on the lights, and you realize who's really waited there for you and who has not. So I feel like you will be removing some folks from your life or just pulling back your energy. No wild, big fanfare. I think you're just going to pull back your energy from folks who are not helping you out. I think what you are, that this process of spiritual elevation that you're going through here is a healing one. It feels like it's really healing a lot. Could be healing your finances, your confidence, your reputation, your health. I feel like you're going through some sort of an ascension. All right, so we're going to go to the extended. If you'd like to come to the extended, I'm going to put down 3 cards here. If you'd like to come to the extended, then please look at the pinned comment at the top of all the comments. There are a couple of sales going on. I've got a new sale going on with the pre-recorded readings. I've added 4 new packages to the pre-recorded readings and 10% off. So check in the pinned comment for the 10% off code, which is Halloween 25. Happy Halloween to you. And I'm still also doing live calls. So go check my schedule. It's very limited right now because I'll be going away for a few days now to the cabin, and but I will be back at it late in the week next week. And so watch my schedule, and there's between 5 and 75% off of the private reads. Also, if you want to purchase this outright, this one extended, you can, but please, if you want more than one extended, then go to the membership area. That link is also in that pinned comment. Let's find out what else we're talking about. We've got the 5 of Cups in the reverse. Look, I feel like you're making decisions based on loving yourself about what you're seeing very clearly now. And it does feel like you know that in order to not be in regret any longer, or to not have regret in the future, or worry, it feels like you're seeing things exactly for what they are. You've got to make some decisions about who you're giving your energy to, and who you decide just is not worth giving your energy to. I think there's going to be people that you're going to cut out of your life, or you are going to be in the 4 of Pentacles, shut off, shut down, not giving you any of my time, effort, energy, or money. We do have the 6 of Wands on the bottom of the deck. And so it tells me that you are having to do all of this through ego, because I feel like that's the only way that you can get through it. The only way that you can get straight with who's in your life for a reason and who is here just to take advantage. I feel like you're bringing your ideas to life. And I think you've had an idea that even before the sun came out, that something was going on under the surface. 7 of Swords. And I feel like you're about to make a course correction, and it's going to be brutal. It feels like some brutal truths are going to come out, some honesty. We're going to go to the extended. We're going to clarify all of this. We're going to find out what you're supposed to be doing in the future as we do that. If you'd like to come with us, you know where to find us, and I'm going to go there. And if you're not there, that's cool. I'll be back, because I'm always back. You guys take care of yourselves. Thanks, Aquarius. Bye-bye.